What's good, everybody? It's Parlay with Jay. Today, I'm coming with another educational video on something very important to help become a profitable bettor, and that's managing your bankroll. I get a lot of my theory from day trading. That's kind of my original background. So let's kind of hop into this so I can kind of show you how I grew my account and how I'm going to continue to try to grow my next account. And if you stick with me, I'll break down a parlay that I was successful on yesterday in the NBA playoffs with the 76ers versus Miami Heat. Okay, so let's get into it. What is your bankroll? Your bankroll basically is the money that you have set aside to bet, right? You want to have a certain amount of money, a nice round number. The beautiful thing about parlays is you don't have to have too much, but whether it's 25, 50, 75, 100, 200, 300, 400, $500, you want to have a nice bit of money. One of the key mistakes that a lot of people don't understand is that it takes discipline to be profitable long term. If you take all of what's the common phrase that a lot of people use? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And that's what a lot of people do. Oh man, like I got $100 in my betting account. I'm gonna put all 100 on this. Well, if you lose, then you're out. Then you have to make another deposit, right? And it also makes it harder to track whether or not if you're profitable or not, right? Knowing that, hey, like I started with $100, like I'm up to 120. I'm up, 3 weeks later, I'm up to $300, making money while watching sports, which is a fun thing to do, right? Um, the biggest thing you want to do is map out a discipline strategy, right? That allows you to maximize your profits and minimize your losses. And that's what I do. Is I go into the betting day, the betting night, or the betting weekend saying, hey, this is my maximum risk, right? Now, how can I minimize that risk? And when I do that with parlays, and I'll explain that in a second. How much is a good amount of money? It really just depends. But like I said, before, I personally specialize in parlays, and the parlays allow you to wager a small amount of money by blowing up your betting volume on money that you would not have initially invested. Because the way parlays works is, and there's a video on parlays, is let's say you have 3 legs, you bet $5, successful on the first leg, that money rolls over into betting on the second leg, which rolls over to betting on the third leg, right? So that's kind of how I look at it. So yeah, and if you're serious about betting over the long term, you'll be patient and you'll understand why, and you'll see success. It takes discipline. It really does. You want to have enough, and you want to not bet as much to weather the storm. In case, because a lot of people, when it comes to anything where you um, risk your money for money, right? Whether it's betting or it's trading, a lot of people, there's a beginner's curve, right? And you want to not put up so much to where you haven't been able to weather the storm. You want to keep what's called enough skin in the game to keep going. If you're stressed out about how much you have up, then you probably put up too much. So psychologically, it's a curve too. You know what I mean? It's you'll be surprised. So be cognizant of that. Okay. So when I talk about parlays, like let's say you have $200 to start with. Using my approach, you place 4 legs, 4 3-leg parlays with the odds of around 300. This puts you in a position to where if you hit just on one leg, you would be paid at 205. That means you automatically have broken even from one parlay, right? And I'm going to show you a live example in a second, but this is kind of a hypo. Okay, so the remaining 3 parlays would put me in the green. So my risk is 200. My reward would be 800. Why is my risk 200? Because I said, hey, man, they got NFL and NBA games on, college football and college basketball games on. I'm gonna put up about 200 this weekend between games. But what I'm gonna do is, instead of putting up all 200 on one game, and risking on one game, if it don't hit, I'm out. Or putting the 200 on one game, and the odds is 110, and I get paid out extra $90. I'm gonna put it across 4 3-leg parlays, right? So I would take that 200 and I would divide that by 4, right? Which would give me 50, right? 50, 100, 150, 200, right? So if I place 350-leg parlays with the odds around 300, let's say if I hit on all of those parlays, my maximum reward is $800. If I hit on one, then I have broken even for that weekend, right? So that's the power of parlays. Okay. So I'll share with y'all an example of when I was in yesterday. Let's come over here. Okay, so this is make sure I'm sharing the right screen with y'all. Okay, cool. I am. Okay. Exit. This is my Slack here. And so this is one I had on yesterday. So I went in the NBA playoffs yesterday, placing 3 parlays. I had a free bet too, so that one doesn't really count. But what I did was I said, okay, I'm putting 120 up for tonight across 3 parlays. Okay. And my other 2 parlays didn't hit. However, this one did, which put me in a profit, because if I put up 120 and I hit on one parlay, I've not only covered my costs, but now I'm up, which paid out, wagered $40 and I got paid out 188. I took the under on James Harden. He just don't have it anymore. And actually he shot a really efficient game yesterday, although he didn't have a lot of attempts in the third and the fourth. So I'm wondering if Philly, if he gets a couple more attempts, but I'm thinking that his efficiency also goes down. So I'll probably look to bet the under again if I can find pretty good odds on it. Tobias Harris, somebody has to score with Embiid being out, and the Heat were at home, and they're just a better team. And they're facing somebody with no Embiid. So I like the Heat spread here. So this is what I took here. And this paid me out 188. This is what I mean when I say you got to have a game plan. Know how much you're going to put up, know the odds that you're shooting for, know the amount of legs that you're shooting for. And I'm going to make another video about why it's important that you know about the amount of legs and understanding what's called implied volatility. However, if you want to understand the odds here and kind of how I got plus odds here, take a look at the feel free to take a look at my other video that explains odds, right? When you see negative or you see plus. And what the beauty about parlays is, as you link them, then the odds tend to become plus odds, right? So that's it for today. I really hope that y'all enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll comment back. If y'all have a better strategy, I'll be more than glad to learn and listen up, because I'm always trying to expand on my strategies. And if y'all want to join a growing sports betting community, click the link in the description. We're more than glad to have you. Good luck, guys. Peace.